Desperate, dreadful, and mourning screams for help were all I hearkened before I woke up. My head spinning, I am unable to catch my breath. Nevertheless, I gather all my strength to stand up. This is not my home, I'm certain. There are carved grotesque figures on the wall, gargoyles and open-work tracery on the windows. The pointed arched porches are unpleasant. I deem anyone has been here in years. A steeply pitched roof has delicate wooden trim filled with cobwebs and dust. While I detail the abandoned house, a frightful display reaches my sight. The atrocious scene is explicit. My hands are soaking blood, and the grotesque corpse sitting by my side has been brutally stabbed. His face reveals the absolute terror he felt seconds before dying, before experiencing that monstrosity. The voice in my head grows strident. I run agitated to where the cadaver sprawls, and as soon as I encounter it, shivers invade me and I collapse petrified to the floor. I assassinate him! It could not be me! No! Dizziness invades me, and I feel a tingling rise in my feet all the way through my legs that enter my hands. I raise my face to regard if there is someone else in that dark house. My eyes encounter a broken mirror that reflects a big husky man with a large mustache that covers his face. I jump as soon as I see his reflection. His long shaggy mane hides almost completely his face, except for those black piercing beetle eyes. I turn to face this wicked man, to face the only witness of my first murder. But it was just me in the abandoned house. It is not me! This cannot be possible! My breathing begins to accelerate. Everything is going blurry. A man is approaching me. This must be my imagination, I'm certain. His white head is fiercely furrowed, marking his long pointed nose. His hair shines like a child's and looks softer than cotton. Those eyes, blacker than darkness, reveal the evil he possesses. Who are you? I fiercely proclaim. I'm Lucifer, owner of hell. No! This is preposterous! You're not real! God is not real! Hell does not exist! None of this can be true! I vehemently squeal. I do not care if you believe in God, but you made a treaty with me, and a covenant with the devil cannot be revoked. Lucifer replies, I will never make a treaty with the devil! In your prior life, your feelings oppressed you. They suffocate you. You could not take it anymore. Suddenly, you committed the worst mistake in your miserable life. You made an irrevocable pact that you knew would have consequences, but you did not care. My thoughts sidetrack me from what Lucifer is stating. I cannot believe it. I will never make a deal with the devil. I acknowledge it's weak. The sole thing you implored was to escape. Escape from the situation you despised. I rescue and release you from your worst nightmare. Life. And here we are. Finally, it is time for you to pay for my favors. You will not escape with impunity. Lucifer rejoins. My breath hitched in my throat. Momentarily, I ought no alternative to escape. I am frightened, but I do not express it. I won't let a demon take over my feelings. I know he will slaughter me without any remorse if I do not adhere to his mandates. My hands are sweaty. I endeavor to stand, though I slump and my face plunges against the dirty tiles. I glance and trembling and respond, I will work for a creature as despicable as you. I reply, attempting to conceal my trembling voice behind the noise of cars passing by. Oh, my dear Azrael, do you seriously think you have a choice? Silly humans, they do not understand the power of promises and words. Do you truly desire to know what will happen if you don't follow my orders? Lucifer says in a mocking tone. If I comply your mandates, will this conclude? I reply. Everything depends on you. Indeed, I will leave you alone when you fulfill my desires. Lucifer continues in a tone of voice too persuasive to be real. As you said, promises are not to be broken. I hope that's how it is after doing whatever you want. Abruptly, Lucifer vanishes. His limbs begin to rapidly disintegrate, and they create a tornado of dust inside the abandoned house. Eventually, the only thing left is his floating face that exclaims, "Seeing your subconscious," laughing wickedly as he leaves in a blaze of dust. I languidly stand from the ground and appreciate this vacated residence for the last time. This is the beginning of something precarious. I am assured of this. But I am the only one who can end it. I will never forget this squalid corpse. Although I do not know how it happened or how I ended here, it is my first murder. I will do whatever it requires to pay my debt. Although my heart assures me it is sinful and my conscience assures me that I still have the opportunity to escape, I know it is my obligation. I am not in a disposition to dismember the corpse. I will not be capable of living with this remorse. Nevertheless, getting rid of the body is imminent. I will not be able to pay my debt from prison. I need to eliminate the body. No one can discover me. The police cannot trace back that I am responsible for this crime. As I abandon the house, the fire gradually develops in volume and spreads throughout the residence. Wall coverings, floors, and ceilings start to burn. The fire is generating a lot of heat. Flames commence to lean out the windows and doors. The conflagration is each time growing bigger and bigger, swallowing all the oxygen in the surroundings. I require time to reason. I do not believe Lucifer will hazard his identity emerging in the midst of a crowd. I start walking briskly towards the plaza and attempt to assemble my thoughts. Everything that has occurred is overwhelming. In this massive crowd, I can observe thousands of people gathered in the plaza. Laughing families, people exercising. But among all those beings, it is inconceivable for me to cease staring at a woman. She seems very familiar. It's not about her clothing, nor her beautiful and white smile, which reflects all the happiness in the world. It is something in her eyes. I have seen her before. The woman's eyes are an explosion of colors. They make me feel as if I have memories with her, but I am not able to evoke them. She realizes that someone is watching her, stops walking, and starts looking around her. I can let her see me, so I walk a little more. My dear Azrael, how good to see you again, Lucifer whispered. His voice bursts out of nowhere and makes my heartbeat race. If you have something to tell me, have the courage to communicate with me in person. Get out of my head! I shriek and everyone around stares at me, recognizing I was talking to myself. Dear Azrael, it is time for you to pay my debt, Lucifer declared. I will attend your orders. However, do not make me hurt anyone. Having in my conscience the death of a man is enough for me. But why are you so unsettled, if I have not stated such a thing? For now, follow the woman you have been looking at until she is completely alone. When this occurs, I will inform you what your subsequent instructions will be. I feel a heaviness growing in my chest. The woman in the red dress? I gasp, attempting to dupe Lucifer. How dare you try to trick the devil? Follow the woman you have been looking at all this time. Wouldn't you like to understand why you fail to know her? Lucifer rebuked. As he says this, I feel how he gradually blocks my throat, limiting the air that passes through it. Why do you think I recognize her? Tell me what you know. Was she part of my past? I screamed. It is too late. Lucifer is gone. Now everyone is leering at me as if I was a lunatic. I hope that wonderful woman has not overheard me. The dusky light that leaks through a side rift exposes the gloomy and unpleasant alleyway. The creepers over window beams and the obnoxious dust that envelops the medieval stone bricks resemble romance at first. However, display daunting as the sun sets behind the domes and the chimneys. As I access the alley, a sense of dread and wickedness invades me. I do not comprehend why such a gorgeous woman approaches this cryptic backstreet. I'm uncertain about what to do momentarily. I must hide. Thereby, this attractive woman will not perceive me. An immense ramshackle trash that is on my right will be ideal to crouch down. I do not deem that prestigious woman will approximate such unpleasant garbage. When I strive to reach inside the minuscule space between the rubbish and some old stacked card boxes, thousands of cockroaches run away. Their repugnant limbs move quickly, crawling across the filthy floor, carrying all the dust on each of its hostile feet. I attempt not to produce overmuch noise. However, I am startled to observe this sea of animals. When I am assured there are no more of those hideous animals, I deliberately run towards the small space. I strive to remain calm, but the pulsation of my heart hastens. The anguish invades me at the thought of what Lucifer will order me. I seek to invoke some memories to find out why this lady is so familiar to me, but they are concealed in the depths of my brain. My only memories are from the gloomy and abandoned house where I woke up. As I rise in my thoughts, Lucifer appears and frightens me. "Lucifer, be careful! The woman is going to notice you!" I susurrate as he marches in front of me from one side to another. "Do not get confused, you foolish Azrael. You are the only mortal who can observe me," he insinuates derogatorily. "Well, get to the point. Tell me what I ought to do." "Eliminate her. It is your opportunity. Seize your possibility to get rid of me. Just do it. She's a simple and useless being. You could recover all your life if you have the courage to extinguish her life. Her death marks the return of your memories. Indeed, I will disappear from your miserable life." As Lucifer said these words, I could feel a tingling sensation running up through my spine inevitably. My legs are swollen almost to the point of not being able to move them. Fear. That is what I feel. Fear that the death of this woman brings along darker times. Fear that she was an important part of my past life. But then, I realize it. I'm not afraid of Lucifer nor what happened today in this alley. I am afraid of life. My determination is withering. I cannot take it anymore. If this is the unique way to get rid of Lucifer and this stupid treaty, I will do it. Abruptly, I proceed outside my hiding spot and initiate to walk towards the woman. I attempt not to produce noise, yet I accidentally step over some glass. The woman shifts promptly. She is startled. Who are you? What are you doing?" She stammers, confused. Accelerating my pace, I commence running. "What are you doing?" she bellows, terrified. I leap on top of her before she can yell anything else. We both crash against the stained floor. The woman screams from the impact. However, that does not hinder me from proceeding with my obligation. She implores mercy, but the rush of the moment makes me pay no attention to her shrieks. I wrap her neck with my hands, leaving her lungs without air. She claws at my stomach. She screams. She tries to use her last breath to scream for help. It is useless. I can feel her life slipping away. Her face is now blue as the sky, but she's slowly losing consciousness. Her silent screams, gasping for a breath, disturbs me, but at the same time, they make me more determined to recover my memories. I can sense the coldness of her delicate and fragile neck, while her esophagus is closing. She cannot move, no matter how hard she tries. With her last forces, she digs her fingernails into my wrist, once again uselessly. Finally, she stops resisting. Her hands fall at her side as energy abandons her corpse, and her face reveals the panic she felt while dying. Instantly, millions of memories rush through my mind. No, it cannot be possible! I shriek frantically. This cannot be real! Lucifer must be deceiving me!
I will not be capable of living with what I just did. Why? Lucifer, why did you make me do this? It is all your fault. I did not know. I sprang to grab my hair by pulling it roughly for what I had done, what had just occurred. I murdered my wife, Calliope. I realized in that terrible moment that I had been tricked from the beginning. Lucifer had deceived me by pretending to help me. However, it was clear, at that moment, he had only thought how to decimate every ounce of my goodness that I had left inside me. He had manipulated me and I was in agony, shattered at the harsh reality of my world and at the consequence of my own actions. Damn it! Damn him to hell! I placed Calliope delicately on her back and kneeled beside her chest. By lifting her chin, I tilt her head back slightly so her airways will open. I am not certain if she is alive. I place my ear near her chest. However, I do not perceive any pulsation. She needs to survive. Calliope is my wife. Lucifer is the culprit, not me. Come back to me. Frantically, I place one of my hands on top of the other and clasp them together. With the heel of my hands, I push firmly and rapidly in the center of her chest. I compress uncontrollably, but she does not recover. Pinching her nose shut, I place my mouth against her lips. Her delicate, cold mouth brings back memories of her and me being content. I do not comprehend why I ended like this. Why I did this treaty with the devil? Regardless of how much endeavor I make, her chest does not rise. Lucifer, you perverse being! You killed my wife! Let me get her back! I squeal hardly. I will do whatever you tell me to, but please, let me get her back! I squeal with my eyes soaking in tears. I glance everywhere seeking help, though there is nobody. It is only the corpse, the alley, and me. All I can detect is the noise of cars and a boisterous street. Bits of perspiration thrust down my forehead, reaching my neck. Instantly, I remove them with my hands, leaving cuts all over my face, affected by my nails. I am trembling thanks to the uncertainty of what to do now. I descend to stand, forgetting help. However, I slip due to my sweaty hands. My legs feel heavy, as if I have a fetter attached to my ankles. Aggressively, I grab my hair and pull it frantically. Desperation is taking control over my being, over my sanity. Help! Help! My wife is unconscious, but Lucifer is imbued. My agitation makes me pause to catch my breath. I really need help. Lucifer killed my wife. She's dead. As I utter this last sentence, tears roll down my cheeks. Despite all the effort I have made to revive her, I know these words are true, and that Calliope is dead. I am useless. Lucifer tricked on me and killed my wife. The only thing left for me is revenge. I am going to make certain Lucifer never forgets this huge mistake he made by forcing me to kill for him. He will not escape with impunity. He killed my wife. With the breath I have left, I shriek, Lucifer assassinated my wife. I shudder as soon as I say this. A few minutes later, I realize that a woman overheard me. A slender lady in a black suit is puzzled at the entrance of the alley. Her hair is perfectly groomed behind her ears, revealing her slim face. Each of her features are as perfect as a doll's symmetric face. On the other hand, her bag is full of papers and notebooks about to explode. Poor lady, walking peacefully through the street. I doubt she imagined the scene that she is witnessing in this alley. I feel distress for her, but I require help. Help! Lucifer murdered my wife! I inconsolably bark at her. As soon as she hears these words, her feet begin to tremble, and fear rises throughout her. The woman's eyes light up with fear, and her brain loses control over her body. The lady furtively reaches into her purse, prompting half of her papers to fall off. I still feel sorry for her. She had to face a murder committed by Lucifer himself. I look again at my wife's corpse and understand that I will not be able to revive her. I made a pact with the devil, and he murdered my wife. As soon as I state this, tears escape once again my eyes, falling on Calliope's cold corpse. As I lean down, I kiss her, knowing it would be the last time. There will be no more memories by her side, no more smiles, no more love, no more sense in my life. All because of the devil. I try to hold on the wonderful memories I can evoke with her. As thoughts come back to my mind, I listen as the lady talks to the police. I am grateful that someone listened to my shrieks for help. I comb my wife's hair delicately, trying to commemorate beautiful memories, until I overheard that the lady says that I murdered my wife. What the hell are you doing? I rebuke, full of exasperation. She's wrong! She's wrong! I did not harm her. It was Lucifer, the devil. He made me do it. He's the one to blame for this atrocious act. I crawl some meters until I manage to stand from the filthy floor and start running towards her. I can observe the fear develop rapidly in her eyes. I am amazed how sweeping her face becomes extremely white, nearly transparent. I push her over and over again so she acknowledges the truth. I did not kill my wife! Lucifer is the culprit! He murdered her! I insist on her. With each impact, her feet awkwardly rise from the floor and fall abruptly, making her delicate head bounce, cuddling with her chin among her chest. I put her desperately one last time, making her fall on the street. Her phone is run by over an expeditious car. She endeavors to escape from the same destiny by crawling to reach the pavement. Dragging her legs and scraping her knees abruptly, she attempts to achieve it, but that is not enough. While she persists, attempting to escape, a gigantic tractor runs over the woman, dismembering her immediately. Her papers, notebooks, and clothes are soaked in warm red blood. I blink again and again without believing what I just did. My head is spinning in a daze at the crime I just committed. I collapse to the ground and my head bounces off the dirty concrete. Lifting my head, I lean to observe her again. Calliope will never pardon me. All of a sudden, Lucifer emerges in front of me with his detestable face of integrity. Why? Why did you have to kill my wife? I howl uncontrollably and seek to recover my posture. Do not be ridiculous, Azrael. You were the one who assassinated Calliope. You are a despicable creature for committing this atrocity. As your name says, you are Azrael, the angel of death. Haven't you realized that persecutes you everywhere? He rebukes me contemptuously. I stand and commence tossing him punches, but I promptly realize they do not injure him. You are the one to condemn. Do not accuse me. I did not murder her. I did not kill her. Acknowledge your heinous acts once and for all. You assassinated your wife. At least, you do not owe me anymore. You have honored your agreement with the devil. As he pronounced these last words, Lucifer fades, except for his floating head. Goodbye, Azrael. See you in the underground, the world of the sinners. His last words make me collapse once again. Will all this be true? Perhaps my destiny is to avenge all the souls that Lucifer has tortured. Maybe I am fated to murder. That is why my name is Azrael. The flashing lights of cars blind me, though I can see the overseas approaching. Darkness starts to invade my sight as my eyelids begin to weight more and more. I can hear the pulsations of my heart accelerating as obscurity becomes the only thing I can see. I wake up in the back of a car. I try to move, but I am handcuffed. Vehemently, I try to take them off, but I hurt my wrists and captivate people's attention. Blood slips down my hands, slightly staining my clothes. The rusty metals of the handcuffs made my one burn as if I was handcuffed with flames of fire. There are thousands of eyes leering at me, as if I was a caged animal seeking to escape. What are you looking at? I scream with such force that people around recoil from fear. The car begins moving, and the wheels shrill due to the lake of blood in the road. What am I doing here? Why am I handcuffed? I say exasperately. Sir, you're under arrest for the murder of 2 women. Witnesses spot you at both crime scenes as the assassin, says the officer who is driving. His partner laughs sarcastically. Drop the full act. You're under arrest for the death of Calliope and Janet James. I cannot believe that I assassinated Janet, that poor, unfamiliar woman. Lucifer killed Calliope. He did it, not me. It was Lucifer. You have to believe me. Lucifer killed my wife. I bellow furtively. Lucifer assassinated my wife. He has to be chastened. I will make sure he receives retaliation for his actions. With every inch of his body, he will lament knowing me. I recognize his immortality prevents me from getting rid of him. I cannot encounter him, but he will grieve the situation until his only option will be rotting in hell with the despicable demons. He will never set foot on earth again. I look out the window and all I can remember is Calliope. Why did that monster have to hurt her? That gorgeous lady is the reason I am willing to take revenge. Stop arguing this nonsense, the driver protests, gazing contemptuously at me in the rearview mirror. We make eye contact for just a few seconds. However, it is enough. He acknowledges that I am describing the truth. His face turns pale in an instant, and the veins on his forehead endeavor to escape. Aggressively, he turns around and attempts to calm down. I try not to, but the situation makes me laugh maniacally. My body is entirely out of control, resembling a seizure. The officer's trembling causes the chair to move hastily. He knows that Lucifer is to blame, and he knows that I am unusual. Get out of the car! Go away! The police start shrieking. What are you doing? What is wrong with you? Disputes his partner. The sudden and violent brake of the car impulses me forward and my head thumps with the front seat. Drive! What are you doing? The companion yells at him. He quickly lifts his foot over the car's console and compresses the accelerator. Instantly, the driver opens the latch and yells at me. Jump! Now! Get out of my car, you monster! This is the moment I have been waiting for. I can escape now. I have to escape. Without hesitation, his partner tries to jump to the back of the car, but it is too late. I deliberately kick his face with my soul, and his head falls unconscious on the gear shift. I bring my hands to the door handle, and without effort, I manage to open it. The door opens so fast and so hard that it falls off the car and flies off. I promptly throw myself into the street. My heart beats rapidly. I sense like it will escape my chest at any second. I plummet to the concrete abruptly, and my head commences to ache from the collision. Blood gushes like condemned rivers through my face. My head weighs as if the world was falling on me. I decide to cease touching the wounds, to prevent them from infecting. My hands are burning. I am unable to stand up. I try with all my forces, but they are not enough to maintain me on 2 feet. As it is dark, I cannot see anything, and I understand that this effort is in vain. I crawl off the road and settle down. I look at the stars to distract myself because I am not going to sleep. I will not close my eyes until I find Lucifer. I swear I will find him. I will look for him through all earth. There will be no corner he can hide from me. Lucifer will suffer. I swear he will beg for his death.